friends, today I am going to show you how to do a completely different method for coloring items under your epoxy or your resin. This is so cool, turns out super good, and I love this method. So, if you are new to crafting and you're just buying stuff and you can only buy one color of glitter, one color of mica, buy white. You can do so much with it. And this is a really, really cool way that you can add color, especially you don't have the right color that you need. Easy way to do it. So I'm really excited to show this to you. And with that, we made this adorable foam grip. And it is Monsters Inc. And it turned out so cute. We used the dress it up buttons. Let's get close. And now I put, all the different things on here, but you see the blue and the green underneath there? We used this really cool technique to make those colors, and they turned out so good. And so you'll be able to see it without all the pieces on it to see what those colors look like. And this Monsters Inc. foam grip turned out super, super cute. So anyways, stay tuned and we'll make it and I'll show you how I did it. All right, so we are going to make a Monsters Inc. foam grip. We are going to make it completely different than anything we've done before, okay? So what we have is, this is epoxy, and I put it in, just a foam grip mold. This was just extra. You can see I'll add to it. That's, what I do. I keep these. And then I can use either this side or this side, whichever I want. Now I'm going to be using Mod Podge. These two little scrap pieces of tissue paper. And then these are the Dress It Up buttons. You can get them on the Dress It Up button website. You can get different ones at Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. You get the most at Dress It Up buttons. And I'm going to be using Sully and Mike. And I want a door. And I don't know if I have room for Boo. I'm going to pull her out. And then I also have these little monster eyes. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not, but I'm going to pull them out just in case. These came from AliExpress. So this stuff is going to just sit to the side for a second. The first thing that I'm going to do is put some Mod Podge. Listen, this Mod Podge, I've had this thing for like years and years and years and years and years. When they did the 40% off coupon at Michael's, that's when I bought it. So I've got it for a super good price, and it has lasted me forever. Now that it's getting older though, and it gets clumpy, okay, this is probably really telling my age, but do any of you guys remember, see, look, it's getting clumpy. That's how long I've had it. Do any of you guys remember back in school when we had paste? And I don't know what it was about paste, man. It made you want to eat it. Like something about the smell. It smelled so good. I think that's probably why they stopped using it. I'm making a mess here. Don't mind me. All right, so I'm just going to take my piece and I'm just going to put a little bit of Mod Podge on it. I'm going to wipe some of this off. It's way too much, but just a little bit. Wipe off what I don't need. And I want this to be super thin, so. All right, now I'm gonna just let this sit and dry for a minute, and then we're gonna come back, okay? All right, so I know this is not my heat gun, it's my Dyson. I have no idea where my heat gun is. It's the weirdest thing. So our piece is dry, completely dry. And you don't have to do this dry. I like to do this dry. And then, so I took my pieces here and I cut them just so that they were even. And I'm just going to, I mean, like, you can measure it out and do all that if you want, but I don't want to. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and put my tissue on. And now I'm going to turn on my heat. Ooh, as I blow everything around. Ooh. This is much better with a heat gun, as you can, I'm sure, see. Maybe I can turn it down. All right, there we go. Turn it down. So you're gonna take your heat gun and just go over your paper, smooth it out. All right, so then I'm just gonna kind of like tear my edges around. And you can do this technique on wood, anything that you want to do Mod Podge on. And then I just take my sandpaper, go around my edges. And there we go. So there's that. Now this is on there. You know, I could just top it with Mod Podge. So if I, you know, this is an epoxy piece, but if I wasn't a resin or epoxy doer, I could use this on something else and, you know, and then I could just put like some Mod Podge over it. I could put some spray Mod Podge, whatever. And this is actually going to stay and be just fine. However, you guys know that I like to do my resin, so I'm going to give this a nice little resin top, UV resin. And of course, this is my Resin Rockers hard type. I put kind of a lot on there, I didn't mean to. And look how pretty that color looks under this resin. Look how beautiful that looks. I'm just gonna make sure I don't have any bubbles. And I'm gonna put this under. And I'm gonna leave it for the full 4 minutes because I did put a lot of resin on there, and then we'll come back. All right, so while that's under, I'm gonna just take my little pieces. So like I said, these are buttons from Dress It Up Buttons. And I'm just going to snip off the little back button pieces. All right, so there's that. And I have these eyeballs. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. We'll see, but I'll, you know, take it out anyways. And then we'll tack those on with our UV resin. Okay, so that looks so pretty. That paper under there, you know, and of course I did the white pearl on this one. Now, you know, think about, you know, glitter underneath that would make it look completely different, because you can see like that pearl tone the paper's taking on, right? So if that was glitter under there, that would take on a completely different look. So now I'm just going to decide, how do I want this to look? Put all my little pieces on. So now I'm just going to use my UV resin and tack my pieces down. And I'm going to let them have, I'm gonna, like, as I'm putting them on, sort of like do a little red, like, oh my goodness, I can't speak. I'm going to do a little bit of light on them just for a few seconds, just to let them tack down well. That way they're not moving as I'm putting other. Put him here, so I want some UV resin on his arm and kind of up over his body here. Mike's gonna kind of be like this. All right, I am not sure which pop socket will look best, or if it will even matter. It might not show through at all, especially with all the little trinkety pieces on there, but we shall see. So tell me what you guys think about this method. It's really cool, and you can do this on under any project. And then the other thing that's cool with this, so if you were just wanting to put Mod Podge on like wood, you do this same method, let it dry, put it on, and then heat it. Like, this is how I get mine to always look impeccable. Let's see how our piece is looking. Super cute. everything's on good. And honestly, it is not going to matter which color I use. Although I do think green is better just because there's no yellow in this. Let me just put this on nice and even. And I'm gonna hold it under for a minute and then I'll set it down and let it finish curing.